Hey everyone, and welcome to another Autovio Auto Evolution video. In today's video we take a look at the iconic Ferrari lineup of the 208, the 308 and the 328. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when a new Evolution video is released. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 308 GTB Vetrocina. Highlighting the 308 GTB was a fiberglass, or Vetrocina body. Except for the aluminum hood, the entirety of the body was fiberglass and was manufactured by Scuderia. It was the first time a composite body was sold on a production Ferrari. It allowed the 308 to weigh only 1,100 kilograms dry. Unfortunately, fiberglass had a down market feel, particularly when it came to paint, and put off some customers. 308 GTB. The steel-bodied 308 came in 1975. The 308 retained the 308 GT4's V8 but added dry sump lubrication in the European models and was transversely mid-mounted. It was also mounted lower in the chassis. The V8 engine was equipped with 4 twin-choke Weber 40 DCNF carburetors and single-coil ignition. European versions produced 252 bhp at 6,600 revolutions per minute, while the North American version produced a lower 237 bhp at 6,600 revolutions per minute. 308 GTS. In 1977 Ferrari launched a target top version of their 308 GTB known as this 308 GTS. It was this car which was made famous in Magnum PI starring Tom Selleck. Visually it was very similar to its 308 GTB apart from the black finish solid removable glass fiber roof panel and the satin black finished hinged opening louver panels. The chassis was reinforced to compensate for the lack of a full roof rigidity. 208 GTB. Part of the 208, 308 and 328 range of mid-engine Ferraris, the Ferrari 208 GTB was basically built to take advantage of Italy's vehicle tax system. Engines above 2 liters were subjected to a much higher value-added tax. The Ferrari 208 GTB was a 2-liter engine, aimed at the domestic Italian market. The car was the same Pininfarina 308 design with its wedge profile and egg crate aluminum radiator grille. 208 GTS. The 208 GTB and 208 GTS used the same V8 engine. The difference was a smaller bore size of 66.8 mm, down from 81 mm, for a capacity of 1,991 cc and produced 153 bhp at 6,800 revolutions per minute. By the time they were superseded by 208 GTB Turbo and 208 GTS Turbo versions in 1982, a total of only 160 GTB and 140 GTS models had been completed. This is one rare, and very slow Ferrari. 308 GTBI. In 1980, a Bosch K-Jetronic mechanical fuel injection was offered, leading to the 308 GTBI and GTSI. The emissions decreased, at the price of a power drop to 211 bhp on European models and 202 bhp in North American models. The fuel injection was coupled to a Marelli MET 8038 Digiplex electronic ignition, incorporating a coil, distributor, and ignition module for each bank of cylinders. 208 GTB Turbo. In 1982 the 2-liter 208 was succeeded by a turbocharged and fuel-injected version, the 208 GTS Turbo. It was the first ever turbocharged road-going Ferrari. Like the original 208, this model was intended for the Italian domestic market. Both outside and inside the 208 Turbo was almost identical to the contemporary 308 Quattro Valvole. 208 GTS Turbo. The GTS was introduced a year later, in 1983. Like the original 208, this model was intended for the Italian domestic market. The 208 Turbo was almost identical to the 308 Quattro Valvole and could be recognized by the NACA ducts in front of the rear wheel well openings and the turbo badging. 308 GTB Quattro Valvole. At the 1982 Paris Motor Show, Ferrari launched the 308 Quattro Valvole, in GTB and GTS form. The main change from the 308 GTBI and GTSI were the 4 valves per cylinder which increased the power to 240 horsepower. The new model could also be recognized by the addition of a slim louvered panel in the front, a redesigned radiator grille, and the rectangular side repeater. 328 GTB. The 328 was a solid upgrade to the 308. It had better performance, that same gorgeous Pininfarina design, modern comforts, and is pretty reasonable to maintain. The 328 was the successor to the Ferrari 308. And rather than a lot of wholesale changes, this was a case of small improvements that made a bigger difference overall. 328 GTS. The curvier body not only updated the looks, it also improved the aerodynamics. Inside the new drop top, the now outdated 1970 seats and trim and switchgear were also thoroughly refreshed. More than 6,328 GTS cars were sold, 5 times as many as the 328 GTB. GTB and GTS Turbo. In 1986, Ferrari launched a 2-liter, turbocharged and intercooled variant of the 328, designated simply GTB Turbo and GTS Turbo, replacing the previous 308-based, non-intercooled, Ferrari 208 GTB and GTS Turbo. This version was developed specifically for the domestic Italian market, where cars with a displacement of over 2 liter like the 328 were subject to a 38% value-added tax. The turbo was evolved from the 208 Turbo. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through time, please like and subscribe for more auto evolutions coming up.